Welcome back to the 393 Legacy, a Gorilla podcast, and we're back at it again. Yes, I know for those of you that might be Steelers fans, I am wearing my Dallas Cowboys. They got over a little bit after midnight last night as we record this on a Monday, so I have to support my Cowboys. It doesn't always happen. We're forever optimists. But I am blessed to have beside me Miss Ella Duryea, and so Ella, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get to her in a minute. So as we preview what's coming up next week here at Solomon, we've got no school on Monday because we've got professional development day. And so our teachers are going to do a little bit of a data dive into some data here at school. And we also have a Board of Education meeting. We also have JV football, though. JV will be traveling down to Gossel for a full JV game down there as well. And then as we move on in the week, we've got junior high football volleyball. It is 8th grade recognition night versus Wakefield here on Thursday the 17th. We also have, it's a busy day here. It's also senior night for the ladies. And so they will be hosting Bennington here. And so we've got high school and junior high volleyball at home. And then we've got junior high football up there against Wakefield. Our cross country is headed to league, and so they will be doing the Wheat State and another league, which is the HPL, Heart of the Plains. They go together to have their cross country league meet, and so they'll be headed off to that on Thursday as well. And then finally, we end Friday Night Lights. This week is away, and we are at Canton versus the Eagles down there, another league game and district game there. And then to end the week, we have Saturday morning volleyball. We host this year the Wheat State League Junior High Volleyball Tournament. And so don't have to go far. It looks like we're going to be home for 2 of those nights and away on 2 of them. So a chance to check your Gorillas out in action as far as activities go. So let's switch gears to what we're all here for, which is to talk about you, Ella. How are things today?
Good.
Good. Hey, tell us, the listeners, a little bit about yourself, your family, and how long you've been going to school at Solomon, and anything you want to share with us.
Okay. I've been going to Solomon since kindergarten, so about 13 years, and my parents are Brian Duryea and Stacy Soden.
Awesome. Okay, so I know your dad. Your dad graduated from Solomon. Did your mom graduate from Solomon?
No, she graduated from Abilene.
Okay, but in the area though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. So awesome. So in as we're getting close. It's getting close. We're already done with the first quarter per se of the school year. Mm-hmm. Got the day off on Monday, and so as the time's flying by as a senior,
Yeah.
What are some of the things in school that you've done? And we talked about it off the air as we prepared, but you might tell the listeners about the classes that you took over at Salina Area Tech.
So I've taken quite a few college classes, and then I did the CNA course. I did that last year. And so I passed my boards and everything, and I've had a job as a CNA since probably February. So I've been doing that, and yeah.
Good. And the next question, I wear my Cowboys because they won, and thank goodness you're wearing it because that's where you're going to go to school, and they're a very good med school because they can't play football right now to save their lives. So, but you talk about the transition into the University of Kansas and what your plans are there.
So I plan to study nursing, and the only reason I've kind of considered KU is just because they have really good nursing and medical programs, like he said. And so I think that would be very beneficial for me in my future.
Sure. No, it's a good school. I give everybody a bad time. I'm just glad they're not any good at football, but it's a great school. Yeah. Not just for nursing or not just for med, for many things. So it's great. As you look at your high school, and not just your high school career, but also your elementary career, because you're unique. And in today's world, we see lots of transitions. And what we do see, though, is that you've been here for 13 years. Yeah. So you've had a chance to be around all of our teachers. Mm-hmm. So maybe not to single out your favorites, maybe some people who've had the most impact on you, whether that was just from kindergarten all the way up till now.
Yeah, so one of the teachers that I'd like to kind of shout out to is Mrs. Kirby. She always teases me now about how I used to always give her an attitude and roll my eyes. So I just want to shout out to her for putting up with me. And then. So
you're saying the attitude and rolling of the eyes has gone away?
No.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, she always teases me about that. So, And then Miss Cooper, she's just been very helpful, and she really like inspired me to like do art. I never really cared for it, but she's pretty inspiring like that. So
Good. No, Mrs. Kirby's been here quite a few years and does an amazing job in getting everybody on the right track per se. And so you walk into her classroom, it's what you want a kindergarten classroom to be all about. So that's awesome that you give a shout out to her. And Mrs. Cooper, yes, it's always great to have the teacher there in high school that you can sort of go to and have that conversation with. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And the eye roll, I'm sure mom and dad would probably agree it's still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They probably see it more than anybody. Life is about a journey, and that journey's better when you have a group of friends and people that you can share it with. So we're sitting here in the area that I think has now been labeled as probably the senior hangout area. Every time I come out of my office, they're hanging out on this couch over here. But talk about the core group of friends and what it's meant to go 13 years. And some of them have come and gone. Some of them with you the whole time, and just what it feels like to be a part of the Gorilla family.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of the same friends that I've grown up with, and so I get to talk to a lot of them still, and I still have really close friendships with almost all of them, and I think that's really important just to have like your same group that you've grown up with. So
yeah, that's one of the unique things. And several in your class have been here for 13 years or have been here, left, and then come back. And so, I think that's unique as well. That's a great thing. So plans after you go to KU, what's the plans? You're going to come back and hang out in Solomon and start a life and go to school here. What's the future hold for you?
So if I graduate nursing school and become a nurse, I would like to get a job as a nurse, and then hopefully I can go on to get my nurse practitioner.
Cool.
That's kind of something that I've been thinking about. So yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. So any place in the world, where would you live?
I'm not sure, honestly, but I don't think it would be in Solomon.
That's okay. That's okay. Just remember where you started and what got it all started, of course. You're involved in a lot of things as far as, getting yourself ready for school. Is there other activities and things that have helped shape who you are today? Not just you've talked about your family and your friends having your back and helping you through you talked about a couple of the teachers, of course. So what about some of the other activities outside that you're interested in or hobbies?
Well, for starters, I am in track. That's the sport that I am in. I did play volleyball up until my junior year, and then I decided not to. But so I throw in track, and
And you also have a job.
I do have a job.
Where do you work at?
So I work at Ottawa County Health Center. It's over in Minneapolis.
Yep.
And it's a really good place to work,
Good.
I think, especially as a CNA.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good. It's about the experiences, and so those experiences you can lean on as you go into the next stage of your life, for sure. As you get closer to the end in May, we always talk about you want to give back, and so you've given some shout-outs to your teachers who've had an impact on you. Now's your chance to maybe give some words of wisdom to your brother, who always blames you for being late to school. I don't know which one it is. Who?
It's not me.
It's not you. Okay. Okay. That's what I figured. I figured. But what words of wisdom would you leave the 8th graders as they come in and embark in high school?
Yeah, so I would say it's really important not to procrastinate. I do that a lot, so I can tell them not to do that. And then if they take Mr. Norgan's class, it is definitely a harder class, but I think one of the biggest things is to make sure you study for like tests and everything, and then you should be good. Good.
Yeah, that darn Cohen, I tell you what, procrastinating every day to get up to get here to school. No, I'm just messing. He'll get a chuckle out of that. But it's been a pleasure to visit with you.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish you nothing but the best. It sounds like you got your life planned out in a direction, and life may take you a different direction, but at least you have a plan, and that's important as you leave and walk across the stage. Great support system behind you, and I think the world is in front of you, as they say, and so who knows where it might take you. So wish you nothing but the best, and it's been a pleasure to visit with you today.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, well, that is it for today on the Legacy of 393 Gorilla podcast. We will see you next week. Have a wonderful week.